Hey, welcome to Maximum Bass Speed. Want to do a video for you today on how to produce an excellent hand path. An excellent hand path is what you see in the most in elite players in the Major League Baseball, and you see it in the highest levels of softball. Now, this drill right here, I really believe it's going to help you tremendously on how to get the feeling and how to produce the proper angles in the proper bat path in order for you to have an elite hand path like you see again in the major leagues and the elite softball players. Now, before you do that, please subscribe to my channel before you watch this video. Please subscribe. Please give me a like if you learned something, if you like my channel. I really appreciate it. Now, let's get started here. Now, again, to produce an elite hand path, a lot of times what coaches will do, they'll give their players certain cues, certain kind of tips to help them to understand what they need them to do. Now, this drill right here, I believe you're going to love it because it's a very simple drill. All you need is yourself, a mirror, and a bat, okay? Yourself, a mirror, and a bat. And what I would recommend for you to do right now, if you have access to a bat, go grab a bat and get yourself in front of a reflection, a mirror, a window, and I want you to imagine as though there's a table, okay? As though there's a table underneath your lead arm, okay? And I want you to get at the point where you're either at toe touch or heel plant, okay? Toe touch at heel plant, and I want you to have your hands back behind the deltoid, all right? This is important. So you're at toe touch or heel plant, preferably heel plant, and you want your hands to be back, okay? You see here with this Notre Dame softball player, her hands are back. With this Major League Baseball player, his hands are back. And this is what you should occur when you're at toe touch and at heel plant, okay? So in other words, your hands should be directly, if you're at toe touch, they should be pretty much right over your back of your shoelaces, okay? So if you're doing this drill, just make sure your hands are pretty much over your shoelaces. This will also indicate to me as a coach that you're getting pullback, you're getting resistance, and you can tell that's pretty obvious right now because both these players, their shoulders are pretty closed. This is great mechanics right here, okay? Also, your bat should be at about a 45-degree angle, almost facing to the catcher's glove area. Both these players are executing this beautifully, okay? So again, you should be in front of a mirror, and I want you just to have the bat. You're at toe touch. You feel pretty loaded right now. You feel pretty maxed out in your load. Now, we'll start with the player on the right first. Now, watch what's going on right here. Now, again, it's important to understand that you have to imagine when you're looking in the mirror that there's a table, okay, or there's a bar underneath your lead arm, and you can never allow this lead elbow, okay, to ever creep underneath this bar or underneath this imaginary table that you're looking at, okay, in the mirror. And I do not want this elbow to go below this bar. Another thing, okay, this is real important as well. With your top hand, I want you to feel like your hands are staying back or pulling back. You should be feeling like your top hand is pulling back, okay? In other words, you don't want to have it be loose. You want to feel like there's some resistance, some pullback, okay? So again, you're in front of the mirror. You have an imaginary table or bar underneath your lead arm. You're pulling back. Now from there, very slowly and methodically, all I want you to do is never allow your lead elbow to get underneath the bar, and I want you to be feeling the pullback. Now watch what happens. When you do this drill, look at what's going on right here. Notice how beautiful her hand path is going to be and how the bat stays behind the corner of her deltoid. So right here, you can see it's very obvious that because applying this drill, applying the pullback, letting the elbow stay above the imaginary line, you're going to see that your bat should be staying back. Now, you have to do this very, very slowly at first so you can start getting the feel of it. You're going to have to imagine, again, that table where your lead elbow cannot go underneath that imaginary bar or table, and you're pulling back, and watch what's going on. As she does this drill, watch how the lead elbow works up to the height of the mouth. Now, this right here is beautiful mechanics. Now, if you watch my channel, I always talk about resistance. I talk about hand path. I talk about pullback. Now, this drill If you do this in front of a mirror, I can guarantee you, if you're doing this right now, where you have an imaginary table, and it should be like right underneath the chest area, okay, where the lead elbow does not go below that bar, you're pulling back with your top hand, and you will see that you have a beautiful compact hand path. Okay, look at this. This is beautiful right here. This is what happens with the best players in the world. This is why their bat speed is so quick, because there's no wasted movement immediately. Okay, the lead elbow works up to the height of the mouth. You're pulling back with the top hand. You get this beautiful hand path, and you get this beautiful, just look at the beautiful mechanics right here, okay? Because what happens a lot of times when players are actually applying their swing, this lead elbow right here starts to drop and the hands start to drop and you get disconnected. Now, if we go to the left here, watch what's going on. Doesn't matter if you're an MLB player. It doesn't matter if you're an elite softball player. An elite hand path is an elite hand path is an elite hand path, okay? Again, watch what's going on with this player right here as he starts to get into his swing. Watch what's going on right here. You can see here, look at this, how the lead elbow stays above that bar, above that table, and watch what happens here as he starts to swing. Look how beautiful how compact the swing is right there. Look how quick this is, okay? Now you can feel, okay, as you're doing this in the mirror, all right, this is really important. You're gonna feel almost as though, watch the knob of the bat, you're gonna feel as the knob of the bat is literally going from being pointing down to pointing up, pointing down to pointing up. This is what happens with an elite hand path. The barrel drops. So watch what's going on behind his hands. The barrel drops, and it drops while his hands are still back, okay? Notice how the hands are not cutting across his chest. This is why you need to feel the pullback. Feel the pullback, okay? Feel the pullback, and then watch where the hands are. They're still back, okay? Watch what's going on with the bat path. The lead elbow stays above that table, above that bar, and watch what happens to his lead elbow, just like the player on the right. Watch how it works up to the height of the mouth. Look at the player on the right. Watch how the lead elbow works up to the height of the mouth. This is why I teach, let the lead elbow work up to the height of the mouth. And what happens when you do that? You get the barrel below the hands. And I cannot emphasize this enough. I love my players to have the barrel below the hands, exaggerate the barrel below the hands. Now, the player on the left here is getting a pretty high pitch. But when I'm doing this drill with players, I love to see the barrel below the hands. It's almost like you have a vertical bat, almost like a vertical bat going through the ball. This helps you hit to and through the ball, to and through the ball. When you have a vertical bat, it helps you hit to and through the ball. Again, this drill right here, I think it's going to help you tremendously. And again, if we just go back to this player right here, just to reiterate, all I need you to do, okay, is just stop right at toe touch or heel plant, okay? And make sure you're pulling back with your top hand. Let the lead elbow stay above that bar. Again, you're pulling back with your top hand. As you rotate your hips, as you're rotating your hips, your hands are still staying back. Notice how the hands are behind the deltoid. Notice how the bat is still behind her deltoid. This is crucial when you're doing the drill. Notice how her lead elbow is staying above the bar. Watch what's going on with the knob of her bat. Her knob of the bat, it doesn't fall below the table. Her lead elbow doesn't fall below the table. As her lead elbow works up to the height of the mouth, she hits to and through the ball. To and through the ball. This is what this drill will produce for you. I hope you like this video. Please give me a like. And please send me comments. Please let me know how this drill worked for you. Again, I cannot emphasize this enough. Top hand pullback, top hand torque. And again, do it very slowly and methodically at first. Get the feeling of what it feels like to produce an elite hand path. This cannot happen immediately if you're not doing this, if you're dropping your hands, if you're doing some other things unlike this particular drill. It's going to take you a little bit, but again, imagine that bar, that table, like I did in this video, and I really think it will help you greatly. Again, give me a like, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.